I'm live. I think I'm live. Oh my gosh. I'm using some new technology today. So if things are getting a little glitchy, let me know, okay? Because I need to know what's going on here. So make a comment if I'm on. I know, it sounds so tacky, but I'm just a drag queen in a basement in the old North End. Okay. So my skills are limited. So just let me know I am live. Thank you very much. So welcome, welcome, welcome to Amber 5. This is my fifth Sunday evening of doing something like this. And I want to tell you, things have changed a lot. That first night, I was just sitting up in the living room in a lounge chair and the laptop was on my knees and it was a wobbling. And but that wasn't too good. The lighting wasn't good. The second week, I made it a little more sturdy, but it was still a little more comfortable. I'm just sitting there. And then 2 weeks ago, I came up with my new set here. Yes, just some sparkly stuff to lighten up your Sunday evening. So I'm just happy to be here. So thank you very much. So let's see if I can go into the opening here. Let's see. I hope you can hear that. Can you hear that? Does it bring back memories? Did you used to walk across your living room floor listening to this song? Yes. So, in association with Video 19 Studios, yes, and Beaver Pond Productions, lights will hit. On with the show. This is it. Yes. I hope you heard that. Oh, very quiet. Okay. Well, I got to work on that. See, I'm working. I'm alone here, except I do have an assistant today down, and he's in New York. Yes, not Plattsburgh or Malone. He's in the New York City, and he's going to be helping me with a few things. So if you notice at the bottom of the screen there, there's an email address. Yes. I know you can ask questions here in the comments section, but if you would like to appear live, you could send this a question to the email address, and then if my producer decides it's a worthy question for me, you will be live with me on the screen. Yes, technology. Oh my goodness, it's really come a long way in the past 4 weeks, but I'm happy that you're here. Yes. All right. So I do have some special guests tonight. I have State Representative Brian Shea. Yes, a state representative from the state of Vermont coming on my show. Uh-huh. Yeah. And then I have one of my favorite performers, friends, human beings of all time, Yolanda. Yolanda is going to be with us from New York. We'll talk a few minutes. She's going to sing a song. How cool is that? Because you'll love Yolanda. And then I have Nathaniel and Nathan and Natalie from the Vermont Comedy Club. They're coming on to tell some of the wonderful things they're doing. So it's not going to just be an hour of me babbling along. And I know that'll make several of you very happy. I'm looking at you, Mark LeBlanc. Looking at your comments already. so what's been going on? What have you been doing this week? I want to tell you, I've been watching Miss Richfield has this bingo every Thursday and Sunday brunch at 1 o'clock. Google Miss Richfield, get on her fan page and watch bingo. It's just fun. She has this Zoom screen of like 9 people that she interacts with, but you can play along with bingo and win valuable prizes like a video meeting with her or a Christmas ornament. Yeah, good stuff. But it's just fun to watch. It's an hour of light entertainment. And also do what you can with check out Dixie Longate, okay? Dixie, Dixie, Longate, Longate, and she is funny, and she does some happy hour live videos that are really spot on. It was funny, I commented on one of her videos this week, and I said, Amber from, Beaver Pond, hot damn trailer park in Beaver Pond, Vermont. And she goes, oh, I'm going to have to come up to Vermont sometime. I've never been there. I said, girl, yes, you have. So with my good friend Vijay from down in Connecticut, he found a picture of Dixie and I and Lucy Bell when she was here 5 years ago for Winter Rendezvous. So yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from her. Come on, Dixie. I think she drinks a little bit, if you know what I mean. Those drag queens, sometimes they just don't know when they've had enough. That's what I'm saying as well. So yeah, it's rare. I'm using this new, if you see up there in the corner, it says StreamYard. Well, that's my new system I'm working. You can teach an old bitch new tricks, I guess, because I'm doing it now. And so I'm learning some new things. And that's why I'm going to be bringing some new people in. And I've got a sponsor this week. Yes, someone is sponsoring Amber Live. It's so exciting. A lot of things are happening here. They say out of the crisis, things blossom. Well, I'm blossoming, if you ask me. That's what I'm saying. So, again, if you have any questions, please, you can go along here or send them to amberlemay live gmail.com. And my producer might push a button and you'll appear in everybody's living room. You can't see them. No. You're not going to see them in their underwear, eating their popcorn. No. You'll just be there with me. Okay, that'll be fun. All right. So, for my first guest ever on Amber Live, and there's not in here in the basement. Nope. They might be in their basement, but they're not in my basement. And it's State Representative Brian Sia. And I'm just so happy to have him. So Brian, I see you're there. Let's hope this works. Yes. All right. Now, can I hear you?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Is other people going to say they can hear? I think so. All right. Well, we'll just pretend they do. All right. Who cares about them? It's about you and me, Brian. It's about you and me. All right. So, Brian, just a few questions here. So it seems like I've known you forever, but how long have you been in Burlington?
I moved to Burlington in September of 1998.
1998. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So that's 22 years ago. How old were you?
I have to think about that.
Math is hard.
I think I was 22.
Oh my goodness, you must be around 44 now.
I am 44 now, but I was just, the whole birthday time of year,
Yeah, I'm just going for round numbers there, Brian. This doesn't have to be technical. This isn't CAX. You don't have to be factual. You can just round it out. So I know you've been interested in politics for a while. You were on the Burlington City School Board. My goodness. I'm sorry. I don't know. Do you have children?
Just my chicken.
What? Say what?
Just my chickens.
Just your chickens. Do they go to school? But no, you ran for school board here in Burlington and you served on the school board. So what prompted you to do that?
Well, in my regular job, I'm a clinical social worker, and I've been working with youth and families since I moved to Vermont, since 1998. And so there was an opening on the school board in my ward, and some people came to me and thought it might be a good idea for me to be on the school board because I worked with children and families for so long in this community. And also, there was not a lot of people who didn't have children on the school board. And I come from some different backgrounds, ethnically, I'm queer. And so people felt I would bring like a wide range of perspectives that weren't on the school board at the time. And so that's made me decide to step up and serve in that position. And then I ran for election and I won.
How exciting. That's good because you think you had something to add and you did. I know you made a great addition to the school board. So now you're a state representative. So what do you see as your primary obligation to being a state representative?
I see the primary role of being a state representative is to be a voice for the people in my district in the decisions of the state. And so I'm a link between the state and the local level. And so it's my job to keep my constituents as informed as I can about what the state is doing, as well as bringing their experiences and opinions to the state level in our decisions. And I have to balance three things. I have to balance my constituents and their desires. I have to balance the caucuses that I'm part of, which are the political parties and different issues that I'm aligned with. And then the third C is your conscience, and just trying to come to it with a perspective of ethics. And sometimes what's popular with your constituents may be against your conscience, and those can be difficult decisions that you have to make. You have to balance all those interests.
So, how is your district different than other districts in the state of Vermont?
That's a good question. Well, I represent one of the. Yeah, you do ask good questions. Just kidding, all the time. But our district, Chittenden and 6-4, it's me and Selena Colburn. There's 2 representatives for this district. Districts are 1 person. And I live in a part of the district that's the Old North End, but it extends up the hill to include UVM and the hospital and Centennial Field. So it's most of the East District. So within our district, you have people, college kids, children and families. You have elders. You have facilities like Burlington Health and Rehab, like a nursing home. You have co-house, like a coon. You have people, low-income people. You have rich people. Actually, very diverse district, and it's very compact. Some represent 6 or 7 towns, and Burlington has 12 representatives covering the city. So part of what makes my district different than us is how diverse it is, dense it is.
You're cutting out a little bit. I don't know if that's just with you, with me, or if my large audience that's tuned in today. But I'm still hearing you, and I love it. I love what you're saying. So, how is the state government working? In the times that we're in.
Well, right now, in the state of Vermont, I'm going to close some background applications to see if that helps. Helps. Can you hear me better now?
I think so.
Okay. Now, the pandemic has created a situation where we can't meet in the traditional way. Vermont prides itself on having a General Assembly with open doors where people can just walk in and talk with us and watch us in action. But we can't even go there because of safety now, public safety. And so it stopped things for a week or 2 while we tried to figure out how would we proceed with the important work of keeping the government running and working for the people during this difficult time when we can't be together in person. And so what we've done is shifted to a remote work platform where all of our committees in the House and Senate are meeting on Zoom. And it's so people can go online and Google and watch our meetings every day on YouTube, which provides actually an unprecedented level of access for people of observing us. And now we're shifting to voting and meeting as the entire body. So this House will have 150 people on Zoom, and the Senate will have 30. And the Senate actually started. The House is going to be starting soon. So for the remainder of the year, we're going to be meeting remotely. And so people may not be able to come into the building and see us, but they can still call us or email us, and they can watch us at a level they couldn't before.
So I noticed that you've been doing some things online as well, personally, but you've been broadcasting some things. Tell me some more about that.
Well, I've been part of a lot of different Zoom-based meetings. One, me and Selena Colburn and Donna Gonzalez, who represents part of Burlington and all of Winooski, have done some virtual town meetings with constituents. I was the host this week of a Democratic Socialists of America town hall of different labor union leaders, and that was talking about the impact of the pandemic on the workforce and on how labor is responding and about the experience of essential workers. I also was part of an international, the Socialist Alternative Organization, did an international meeting of socialists from all around the country and around the world where we talked about the pandemic. So I've been able to participate in statewide, local, and international events using Zoom. So that's really changed access access between people and elected officials. And I'm kind of hoping that when this is over, we can keep using Zoom to allow that access.
Yeah. I've heard that a crisis makes you do things that you should have been doing all along. And so I think Zoom is a perfect example of that. So, Brian, you're not just a social worker or a state representative, you're also a performance artist. Tell us something that you do for fun like that.
Let's see.
Uh-oh. What did I ask for? Oh, blow my house down. Uh-oh, the wolf ate him.
Where's your booty?
Ah.
This is my pirate hat. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I am a performance artist, and I have lots of Zoom props around here. You know, this one you'll like. Here. This one's very LeMay. This one's very LeMay.
Vodka must be involved. Oh yeah, very nice, very nice. But also, and your DJ work. You've been a DJ for how long around town?
Well, I've been a DJ since 1994. So this is my I'm going on 26 years of DJing, and I've been DJing in Burlington since I moved here. So since 1998.
Wow. All right. So, what is next in your political career?
Well, next, we have re-election. You know, we have elections coming up in November, so I do plan on running for re-election as a state representative. During this pandemic, it's really bringing light to the cracks in our social safety net and the flaws of our economic system. And I think it's really important right now that we don't just try to go back to how it was, that we move, like you said earlier, that we learn from our past mistakes, and that we recover, we do better for people. And so I'm really excited to return as a state representative and continue working to help the state through the crisis and towards shifting from an extractive economy to a regenerative economy. I'm also this summer going to be participating in a think tank with people from around the world around the topic of artificial intelligence. So I'm going to be meeting with people from the European Union as well as other parts of the United States to talk about international policy regarding artificial intelligence. And it was supposed to be in person, but it's all going to be in Zoom until the pandemic's over, and then they'll bring us together. So I'm also looking forward to that.
Well, Brian, I've always been impressed with your energy, your talents, and the way you get out there and make an effort on things. But I would like to say that the office of mayor in Burlington will be coming up in a year or two, and I'd like to see you think about that. You know,
thank you.
A founding member of the League of Drag Queen Voters, and we don't endorse candidates, but as Amber LeMay, I'd like to see Brian Chia's name on the ballot as mayor. That's just my opinion. So, so now it's your turn to ask me a question. Fire away.
Well, I'll ask you a question that I will often ask people when I'm door knocking, which we're not going to be door knocking right now because it'll probably upset people if anyone comes knocking at their door right now asking them this question. So we're going to have to come up with other ways. Maybe it will be some form of remote technology. So here's a good trial. So what I'd like to ask you is, what do you think is maybe should be the top priority or two of government right now, considering the pandemic, considering climate change, considering all the problems facing the world? What do you think should be our priority? What should we be doing for the people in the government?
Well, you know, there's a long list there, but healthcare, you know, if you don't have healthcare, you don't have anything. And I think it's being shown here. You know, people are being laid off their jobs and they're losing their health care. They're afraid to go in to the hospital or to see their doctors because they don't know if they're going to have a job when they get back. So that would probably be up there on my list, you know, and then, okay, and there's a long list, but I think that's number one. I really do.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah. Well, Brian, thank you so much for being my first guest on Amber Live. Thank you very much. I can't wait to see you out in the clubs again.
I feel honored and special that I'm your first guest. Thank you.
You are special. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. All right. Wasn't that fun? Yes. Oh my gosh, this technology. All right. So Beaver Pond, you know, people have been saying, what's going on in Beaver Pond? You know, because that's where I'm from, but I escaped before Mayor Bibbs put the gates up that wouldn't let anybody leave or let anybody in. So I was able to make it to the House of LeMay makeup and dressing room in Burlington, yeah, in the old North End with Bob, And but what's going on in Beaver Pond? Well, from what I've been able to piece together, Mayor Bibbs is starting to reconsider having the LeMay Day celebration. Every May Day or May 1st, there's this big LeMay Day celebration where they honor us. But it's been postponed for this year, but she's reconsidering because it seems like Governor Scott and the mayor, or excuse me, the President Trump is starting to lighten things up. So we're trying to think of maybe a viral LeMay Day celebration. That's great. What would you do how would you celebrate LeMay Day virtually or virally like this? Send a suggestion to Amber LeMay at Amber LeMay Live at Gmail, wherever that is, okay, on the screen. Yeah, send that to that. Okay. Let's see. So also that's what's happening there. Oh, and also I've heard, how people have been making masks and donating them. The girls down at Peggy's Plump and Proud, you know where that is. That's where us large girls with large personalities get our outfits. Yeah, Peggy's Plump and Proud. Well, they have taken all the remnants from the Groundhog Day sale because they didn't do very well because people were holed up. So, but they have all this material from the Groundhog Day sale, and they've been cutting them up and making masks. Yes, and they've been taking those masks to the Lady Zeno Memorial Groinecological Free Clinic. Yeah, and so the girls down there at the Lady Zeno Groinecological Free Clinic have protective masks to wear. So isn't that great? I'd like to give a round of applause to Peggy down at Peggy's Plump and Proud. Thank you, Peggy. That's very nice. Well, and also they're down at the Lady Zeno Groinecological Free Clinic. They want me to let you know that their April special, it's their annual April special, where 3 generations of your family can get their eggs frozen for the price of 2. Yes, if you have 3 generations of females who'd like to have their eggs frozen, you can go there and get it for the price of 2. So Peggy's Plump and Proud, the Lady Zeno Memorial Groinecological Free Clinic, things are happening in Beaver Pond. So Mayor Bibbs, let's do something about LeMay Day. We can't let that tradition die. All right, let's see. All right. Oh, okay. Now it's getting time for, I had my first guest. Now I have time for my first sponsor. Yes, you can sponsor too, but can you top this? Let's take it away.
Come on down to B&B Auto Workshop. If there ain't too much weight, you can bring it in. Day after tomorrow, well, work might begin. We got a lot of projects, so don't have a cow. Put yourself on the list. We'll get to it somehow. If it ain't too heavy, you can bring it in. A B&B Workshop will fix it again. Sometimes I got to fiddle when I fix a part. Crossing wires in the middle is shocking to my heart. When we go on break, there's a fly on the wall, and the fan goes around, and the pit bulls howl. If it ain't too heavy, you can bring it in. Oh, B&B Workshop will fix it again. Well, you need a new rent? I can't help you there. Phil Scott's my friend in his Kmart underwear. Monday got a rim job, peck, piston, bore, and stroke. And then Beaver Pond Airport to see if my plane can float. Well, if it ain't too heavy, you can bring it in. B&B Workshop will fix it again.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Cousin Bones from the B&B Fix-It shop at Beaver Pond, Vermont. Yes, you can bring it in. They'll fix it. Well, leave it out by the road and they'll carry it in. All right. They don't want to make too much contact with you. But isn't that exciting to have a sponsor? You can sponsor Amber Live as well. Just write to that email down there and make it happen. All right. Very cheap rates as well. Let's see. I'm just looking at what's going on here. You know, this world, just happening, what we're doing here tonight, me reaching out to all 12 or 25, 40 of you is just so exciting. And I hear a lot of you are doing Zoom meetings, okay? Brian was mentioning Zoom meetings earlier and how they're kind of boring. They can be very boring. And, or some friends are getting together, but it's the same group of friends every week. So you didn't like them that well when you could see them in person, and now you know what you're going to do when you're talking to them. So you need some little spice in your Zoom gatherings. Well, I saw someone online, very creative. He said you could invite his goat to your Zoom meeting. Yeah, he was going to charge $100 to put a camera in front of his goat so the goat could be at your Zoom meeting. I can do better than that. Yes. If you would like to have Amber attend your Zoom meeting, your Zoom party, your Zoom game night, whatever, I can do that. Of course, girl needs some coin. Yes. So I'll do it $30 for 30 minutes. Yes, I'll be there. You can ask me questions. I'll sing a song for you. Yeah, I will. Or $50 for an hour. Can you put up with me for an hour? Can you pay that? I think you could. So let me know right down there at that address if you'd like me to attend your Zoom meeting. Wouldn't that be fun to surprise some friends? If you're the host, say, uh-oh, we've got someone coming in now. Who is it? And ta-da, it's me. Yes, I can do that. Zoom with Amber. Ooh, I like that. Zooming with Amber. I'm zooming with Amber. Let's see. So now I'm ready for my second guest. Yes, I got guests tonight. All right. It's not just me. I know how much you love to see me blubber away for an hour, but it takes a lot of work. So I've decided to invite guests. If you would like to be a guest, write me an email there at that address, and we can schedule you in. I'm going to have some fun times the next couple of weeks, so keep tuning in. But my next guest needs no introduction to anyone who has been around the drag scene in Burlington for any long time. If you've been to Drag Ball, if you just are aware, you know that there's Reverend Yolanda. Yolanda, I've known for, 25 years at least. And it's just a great pleasure and honor to have her join Amber Live. Yolanda!
Wow, it's Amber Live. I'm so excited to see you, my love.
Yeah, a lot of people are surprised to see Amber Live. So, girl, you're everywhere. You know, New York is closed down, but you seem to be more out there than ever before.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Seriously, what all are you doing online and to share these things?
Wow, I know, isn't it amazing? I mean, like, so usually we have our regular events, me and my husband Glenn, you know, and we started our event. We call it a spiritual happening called Church with 2 Drink Minimum, you know, which we brought up to Drag Ball. I know, right? So we usually have meetings on Sundays and Wednesdays and do our thing, but of course with all of this we can't. So now we've been doing it online, and it's actually helped us reach, you know, even more folks and stuff, because people have tuned in that haven't been able to come to the club or do whatever and all of that. So I mean, you know, I always look for the upside, you know, I'm the eternal optimist here. So I'm just looking at how blessed I am actually to live in a safe place and have food to eat and all of that, you know, and to be able to broadcast, you know, from home. I mean, it's really nice. And so, you know, we're all fine here. Everybody's just fine. And the neighborhood is you know, it's odd because New York is the epicenter and people are scared, you know, and at the same time in our neighborhood, people are being so kind to each other, you know, and so I love that. I think it's at least from the limited amount of time that I spend outside just going to the grocery store, I really appreciate the kindness that people are showing to each other, you know.
That's great. Well, by the way, you put the broad in broadcast. I had to say that. So you're doing your drag queen story hour.
Yes, and we're doing Drag Queen Story Hour too. Yes, so you know, that's been a real great thing for me over the past. I think it's been going on now for 3 years up here, and at least 3. I want to say 5, but I can't remember. And so yeah, so usually I have 1 or 2 gigs of those a month, but we've been doing them online also. So I'm doing a regular thing with the Brooklyn Children's Museum, which I really, really love. I know, it's so much fun. It's really fun to be with kids and to see their families and who's, you know, the next generation that's coming up. It's always very exciting. And to see that families are really reaching out to share with their kids the diversity of humans, you know, how human diversity is, you know, and so it's fun. I get to talk about drag and gender and all kinds of really cool things that I never expected to be able to talk about with young kids, you know, and their families. So yeah, I love Drag Queen Story Hour. And
so is it interactive?
Yes. So there's all kind, you know, kids, you can never predict what's going to happen, right? So
Kids and drag queens.
Yeah, they'll come up and put on my wig, you know, or, you know, ask me all kinds of crazy questions, and I just love it, you know, because I'm one of those people that just go with the flow like you do, you know. So I like to see how. And Nikki Champagne and Emoji Nightmare are doing Drag Queen Story. Up in Vermont, I hear. Yes, so
they do a wonderful job.
Yeah, it's so cool. I'm glad it's catching on across the country. You know, it's a very cool thing.
So there's 2 states, Missouri and somewhere else. The state legislature is trying to ban Drag Queen Story Hour.
I've heard that. Yeah, I know. It's strange how people want to demonize it. I guess not strange, but you know, it's such a weird thing to me to demonize, you know, because I mean, literally, we're just reading stories to kids.
Well, you know, I've come up, you know, with this technology, you know, people being creative and everything. I've come up with you've got Drag Queen Story Hour.
Yeah.
I've Drag Queen Porn Hour. Well,
okay.
Porn, you know?
That makes sense.
Yes.
So what are you showing? You got all.
I'll be reading, not showing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you're working on a musical of your life, of your. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's wild, isn't it? So actually, we've been working on it now for 3 years, and 3 years ago, I met a playwright at a retreat center who said to me, "Oh, your life would make a great story," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess it would." So we started a series of interviews, and we created a whole, you know, 2-act play that is in production. We've had 1 full production of it. However, to do a full production with a full cast, which is about 16 people, you know, we need some cash, right? So we've been applying for grants to make that happen again. We did get our first grant, and we did it at Brick Arts Media, which is in Brooklyn, which was amazing, sold out all the performances, and people wanted more. But since then, we've had to rewrite and reorganize to get another grant to produce it, which we have gotten. However, thank you. We're supposed to be starting production in May, and of course we're in, you know, shutdown here. So we'll just have to see what happens. But we do have the funding for it. So if everything goes well, which hopefully, you know, with all the situation we're going through, we'll be up and running again by late summer, surely by this, you know, by the fall. So
who's playing me in your life story?
Yes.
Oh, Yolanda, we go way back. Oh my gosh,
So,
the first drag ball 25 years ago. Before that,
amazing.
and
Amazing.
I've always said that if it wasn't for Yolanda and Cherry, who I hope to have on in a week or two, there wouldn't be House of LeMay without the guidance from you two. So
Oh,
I know other people are saying. Yolanda. But it means a lot to me.
oh, thank you.
So you have a song to sing for us tonight?
I do. Well, you know what I was gonna do was share. I wonder. It says screen share. Can I share a screen here?
I believe you can.
I wanted to play just this little teaser video. If I can. Okay, it's not gonna let me. Oh well, that's okay. I'll play just a little bit of my new song that I'm releasing tomorrow, actually, for everybody. But so what I thought I would do was just play just a little bit of this song. Over the past few years, I've gotten really into singing mantras, which are very calming and meditative for me. And so, you know, maybe this is not the perfect time for a meditation song, but perhaps I thought I would share just a teaser of it for you, and then sing "We Are Angels," so you can kind of see how the progress.
I don't think I don't think people want to hear angels. Don't get me crying. Don't you get me crying.
I thought it might be interesting to see how the two kind of go together. So I'm releasing this tomorrow, and it's called "A Des to Say a Des."
I'm going to try to make you the only person so people don't have to look at me.
Oh. The sacred mystery is here to guide me home, where the soul is free. Ah, yes, where my soul is free. But, you know, that reminds me of why do you feel so out of place, so out of touch with the human race? You don't seem to understand why your brother won't lend a helping hand. Why do people tear apart? Ooh, your tender heart. Why does the nighttime seem so dark? When the light shines inside your heart, we are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. Time heals all pain. That's the way of the world. Time will bring you around again. Ooh, that's the way of the world. We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels. We are angels, and we're struggling to be human.
There's tears. There's applauding. Oh. So, when did you write that song?
I wrote that song when I lived in Vermont. Like the first
Yeah.
year I moved to Vermont, I moved to Vermont in 1993. And at that time, I moved in with the Radical Fairies, and we were living in Northfield at a old ski lodge. We were renting a ski lodge, and I had the most wonderful boyfriend at the time. He was so cool. And he used to work with developmentally disabled children. And he used to call them angels struggling to be human. And I thought that was the coolest thing. I just loved that phrase. And I sat there in my room in 1993 and wrote that song. And then, the next year I moved to Burlington and started meeting all you guys and started singing that song. And it seemed to really resonate with our community,
Yeah.
And I felt like it has really been our a community song for all these
Anthem. It's an anthem. It's our anthem.
It
It's,
just
when,
makes me
when you sang it at Drag Ball, you sang it in front of 1,000 people,
no.
except for the sobs, or people were singing along. It was just
Yeah.
it was just a tremendous feeling. So. Before you leave tonight, make sure you put in the comments or the chat section there any links that you have to any of your that you're working on. But now you get to ask me a question. All right. So
This is okay. I was tossing and turning about what I would ask Amber LeMay. She knows all. She knows everything. I don't know what to ask her. So I decided to say, Amber, what would you be when you grow up?
I'd like to be Yolanda.
Oh!
Your heart, your soul, your talent, that we could all use more Yolanda in our lives. So thank you so much, Yolanda. Your presence here and in my life means a lot. So thank you so much.
Thank you, my love.
Your contact information.
Oh,
anything
absolutely.
in the chat. Thank you, lady. Stay safe down there in New York City.
Thank you. I will.
Thank
You
you.
too. See you later. Bye-bye.
Yes. Oh, I could talk to her and listen to her forever. Just so good, so good. So April, there's some birthdays that I've been people have been having a lot of birthdays. What was happening? Let's see, what was 9 months ago? I don't know. This is what was January, February, March, April 4. So 5. I don't know what month it was, but a lot of my friends are having birthdays. Today, Serena Magnan's birthday. Girl, how did you get Facebook to say you were only 44? Let me know that trick, would you please? And Todd McCarthy's birthday is today. Yay. Craig Mitchell's birthday is the 20th, which is tomorrow. Yay. And on Wednesday, the 22nd, is Mike Hayes and Maggie LeMay's birthday. Yes. So it's their Beatles' birthday, if you know what I'm talking about there. So send Mike and or Maggie birthday greetings on Wednesday, if you would. That'd be great. I do want to remind you that if you would like to ask me a question live, get on screen just like Brian and Yolanda did. Just send an email to that address there on the bottom of your screen, and my producer in New York City will contact you and put you up towards the end of the show. Yeah. Well, so again, this crisis, the situation, this life event that we're all experiencing together has just created and has made us think of new things, some different things, make us survive, to allow us to survive. And two of the people in this town, in Burlington, who are working their butts off to keep what they've done so far keep going, are Nathan and Natalie from the Vermont Comedy Club. And I'd like to welcome them to the show now. There you are. Yay.
Hi.
Hello there. So thank you so much for joining us. Again, this times that we're living in is just so bizarre. That's nothing that we've ever experienced before. They say that, that what was the Spanish flu, but they didn't have Zoom. They didn't have this stuff.
No, I don't believe that they did. They had pigeons, maybe carrier.
Pigeons fly.
Yeah.
So you're at the Vermont Comedy Club. How long has the comedy club been open?
The physical venue opened in November of 2015, so it's almost been 5 years.
Yeah.
And then before that, we've been producing shows since 2011.
Yeah, at Hat Lounge and other places around town. Oh yeah, I attended those. Those are great. So I love your club because not only do you bring in regional and national comics, but you also promote the local comedians and comedy scene as well. I mean, the LeMays have been very fortunate that you've allowed us to perform on your stage.
The reverse of that, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
I think it's the reverse of what you just said. We've been fortunate that you've performed on our stage.
I hope we didn't leave a mess.
Just a little glitter here and there.
Yeah.
But also you with your improv teams and your classes, it's just you really have taken a part of Burlington and made it blossom. So, and how are you surviving now? What are you offering our community?
Oh, geez. Well, yeah, I mean, we've just been spending all of our time trying to figure out how to bring what we do online so that we can keep people laughing and keep people playing with each other. So we're
I've been trying to do that.
yeah, but we are doing shows online. We do them either through Zoom or on Instagram Live.
What type of shows? What type of shows are you doing?
So we still do an open mic on Wednesday. Sometimes it's regular stand-up. Other times it's characters, like people workshopping different characters. Thursday, our improv team, the Main Stage improv team, does a game night. So we play crazy games online, live in front of people. And
I've watched that several times, and it's great. You don't, you can watch. You're not drugged. It's not like they pull you out of the audience. You can just sit there in your underwear eating Cheetos and watch these people have fun.
Well, that was a big part of it, I think, when we first started doing them was, it's very difficult to translate long form improv comedy to Zoom. And I think at that time, people just wanted to see a group of friends like having fun with each other, make each other laugh. And then we got the audience involved a little bit and they can play the games along on their phones and comment in the chat and everything. It's been really fun to like just give people something, a bunch of human faces, that kind of enjoyment is like sorely needed right now.
And then Fridays we do a late night style talk show, Nathan and I, where we interview comedians and we bring on a local hero, so someone who is working in the hospital, or we had a postal worker on, we had someone who works in a grocery store on. So just trying to show everyone how hard essential workers are working.
And that gives us a chance to dress up once a week. And
we have a musical guest too. We had Myra Flynn on one week, and we had Mark Daly on one week, and so that's been fun. And then like last night we did an improvised TED Talk, fake TED Talk show. That was very, very fun, where we played a whole bunch of characters, and then we got presented with a slideshow that we had never seen before, and we had to give a TED Talk on whatever it was, and the slides did not connect in any way.
So I just want to reiterate that people can just tune in and watch this. They do not have to participate. They are not put on the spot. They are not made fun of in any way. It's just there and laugh at you.
Yeah, for right now, we're also like everything's basically just free or by donation. So we're doing shows and we're also doing some classes. I'm teaching my stand-up class online. We're working on some improv stuff online, and everything at this point is just a drop in. Please have some fun with us, and let's get through this together.
Our family-friendly shows.
Right.
Yes.
We're doing family-friendly shows two days a week, Wednesday and Saturdays at 1:00. And that has been something that we've gotten a lot of positive feedback on, because it's 45 minutes where a parent can just put their child in front of their computer and then go do whatever they need to do for 45 minutes. And being with children 24/7 is very difficult.
As some people are finding out right now.
Yeah.
I know what causes them, Yeah. No, that is so great that you're doing that. And again, it's all donations, your Venmo and those other things. So I just really admire you for keeping with it. And is it that I want us to come back? Are people going to feel comfortable going into places with, knows?
Yeah, we don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the really scary part is we don't know when we'll be, you know, comedy clubs and theaters and things like that are going to be the last businesses that are able to open. And then when they do, how long from then or until people feel comfortable going in gathering in groups, we're not sure. So we're just trying to make the most of what we can do right now. And you know, some of the changes that we're making now may even transition to when we do have a physical location
Of course,
again. So,
of course. Like again, you know, a crisis makes us do things we should have been doing all along. You know?
yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little scary, but we, you know, we love what we do. So we're just using, and we're improvisers. That's also what we do. We improvise.
It's theater, you know.
Yeah.
You use what you got. So make sure you put in the chat area there your links, a schedule, anything there that that people can guide or get to you, because it really is fun. You know, it's just to see people laughing and having fun. And you got some cute boys doing improv. I do want to say that.
There are
Yeah,
we've got some
good.
cuties,
Yeah.
definitely.
And some funny women too.
Yeah. We're fine.
Yeah.
But the
Well,
boys
thank
are very cute.
Yes, they are. Thank you
But
so
don't let them know that.
Yeah.
It'll go to their heads.
Oh, they know they're cute. Well, thank you very much for joining me, and good luck. And I'll keep zooming in with you, and I hope others will join as well. So
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks.
yes, stay safe.
You too.
Okay.
Oh, the Vermont Comedy Club. Go online and find out what they're doing. It's great. Rather than watch some of the stuff on other TV shows, be local, support the local people. And you know what? You ain't paying anything for it. You're getting your drinks cheap, so throw some money too. I'm not asking for any money for this, but for other people like that, I wish you would just give them some money, because they're not making it right now, and they help make our town, our civilization better. So I hope you do that. Oh, let's see. I've missed some comments here. Oh yeah, well, Elena, thank you to Elena for saying you're putting in the Vermont Comedy Club website there. I'll read that later. Let's see, what else do I have coming up here? Got about 8 minutes to go. Mr. Producer, did anyone send a message in to call? Do they want to be a live guest? Not yet. So do you have questions for me? I've got another 7 minutes. We'll cut this. I had a song semi-prepared. I'll do it next week. Okay. I'll try to only have 2 guests, and then maybe it gives me time to sing a song. All right. Something I've written about the virus, and but I just wasn't quite ready for it tonight. I don't understand why. But let me know some guests you'd like to talk to, or have that I'd like to have on the show here. Because what the hell? It's Sunday night. It's an hour. What else do you got to do? All right, unless there's a Mama's Family reruns going on, you know, and then you might want to sit down and watch that. But I think I'm a little better than that. Okay. Some questions. All right. You're sitting there, all 26 of you. There's 26 visuals there. That there might be 400 people watching me at one time, but that would only count as one on my meter, and I just lost one. So I did see Todd McCarthy was making a comment. Todd, how'd you celebrate your birthday? What'd you do? That's what I'd like to know. Oh, Travis Finn, what would you know about Too Many Cocktails? You've never had any. I could tell stories about Travis Finn, that's for sure. All right. Okay, come on. Give me one question of the week. What's been bothering you? If you've heard anything you have questions about, I'd love to hear about that. It's Wednesday. What's Wednesday? Who knows? So watch Miss Richfield bingo on Thursday and Sundays. Dixie Longgate every day. Check out Catch the Mania trivia because I'm going to be back there as a host soon. So you'll want to catch that, and it gets your mind thinking about different things. It's 30 questions in 30 minutes at 7 o'clock. You can do it. You can do it. Let's see. Did your outfit come from the Tiger King collection? You know, it does look like something that they would wear, doesn't it? Yeah, Carol wanted it. She would like that. that bitch. Will Callie be a guest? You know, that would be fun. Is Callie still alive? I don't know. I've lost contact with Callie Ho. I don't know. Oh, Callie would make a great guest. That'd be good. Nice to get some references from the past when she was here. Now, did Carol kill her husband? We're talking back about the Tiger King again. Have you seen the references where that her husband really didn't die, that he's actually that other jerk who bought the park from the Tiger King? I don't know their names. But they have the similarities of the face and all this. I tell you, if that's the greatest hoax that was ever created. You know, good for them for pulling the wool or tiger skin over America's eyes. Good for them. I wish I could come up with that. All right. I do want to thank my guests tonight. Oh my gosh, wasn't that fun? Did you like that? Did you like having the guests coming in? Representative Brian Chia, a state representative on my show. Yes. And then Yolanda. Yolanda's been inducted in a lot of Hall of Fames, and she was on my show. Successful business owners and entrepreneurs were on my show from the Vermont Comedy Club. That is very cool. All right. I do have a question, I think, coming up. This is getting so technical here. So how about how to cut our hair? Oh my goodness. Do you think, back to Beaver Pond comments. Don, Mr. Don from the Oh My Salon has created this new service. It's a drive-up service. Yes. Have you ever seen tree cutters? They have this long stick with a clipper at the end so they can get the high limbs. You drive up, he stands on the stoop of his shop, and he'll clip your hair with one of those. That's how good he is. But I can't get into Beaver Pond, so I haven't been able to have any do done. But that's how good he is. Look that up. Tree trimmers, what they use. It's a long stick with they pull a clip and it cuts the branches. He does that to people's hair. Yes, Mr. Don, he's good. All right. I don't have that guest yet. I'm waiting. Okay, he's trying. I've heard that before. Are you serious? I'm trying. Yeah, right. All right. Let's see. Boom. And your sponsor, my sponsor, how could I not thank my sponsor, Cousin Bones from the B&B Fix-It shop? Wasn't that a fun presentation? And the technology that went into that, the set that he created, the words, the writing. Oh, thank you very much, Cousin Bones. That was very much appreciative. Pole cutters. That's what they're called, pole cutters. See, I'm learning so much. Bettina. Hi, Bettina. Do I know you? I don't think so. It's nice seeing you. All right. I'm still waiting for my guest. Says he's coming. He's coming. I've heard that before. Yeah. So, all right. Her reader. Yes, I do have my guy-focals on under my glasses. Yes, those are my guy-focals. Oh, my eyes look blue tonight, don't they? Yeah, these are my guy-focals. Well, I got to be able to read. You know, when a woman gets to be a certain age, 50 is fucking hard. That's what I'm saying. All right, we'll try one more time for our guest questioner. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, please send them to Amber LeMay Live. It's right there in the bottom corner of the screen there. Yes, I'm a dyslexic, I guess. I don't know what's going on here. All right. I'm going to give you a few more seconds there, mystery questioner. Lucy Bell, you can leave whenever you want. All right. Someone says sing Colorado. I'm going to have to come up with that. That we a group sing of Colorado, because most of you know all those words. Oh, and here's my guest questioner. Oh, this is scary because I know who it is, but I don't know what they're asking. All right, because I can see it because I got to get them on there. Whoa!
Hey,
It's Jack, another person from New York, not Plattsburgh, the city.
The
Yes.
city of New York, the epicenter
Yes.
of the COVID pandemic.
It's so great they named it twice. Yes. So nice they named it twice. I don't know.
Yeah, like the Big Apple or something else that.
So Jack, what is your question for Amber? Let's close out the evening with something great.
Well, Amber, I'm really curious about what your daily routine is like. How does Amber start her day and how does Amber finish her day? I mean, one of the things that you've always taught me that I take to heart is you can't drink all day if you don't start first thing in the morning. So I want to know if you practice what you preach.
Social.
Where's mine? It's over there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Oh, but no. My day, it's very strange. You can't hug people. You can't. It's very strange. In New York City, what's your day like?
I spend a lot of time reading. I've been reading Tolstoy because what better time than during a pandemic?
Some light reading, yeah.
Yeah, light reading. You got to balance that out with some brain candy though. So there's comic books, there's there's bad music.
Why were you looking at me when you said that?
Oh, I was because I didn't get to hear your song this week.
Oh, no, I didn't sing this week. I will next week. I just had so many guests, I'm just trying to cram so much in. You know how that
I know you're always trying to cram things in there.
That's right. And successful.
Some things just never get old and some things don't know when to quit.
I'll have to think about that. Well, Jack, are you performing artistically down in the city?
Well, at the moment, definitely not. But there's no shortage of creativity here. I mean, I had my music video that I released earlier this year, and I submitted it to a number of festivals, but all of them have been canceled in person right now, but they're still going on online. It was just accepted to the New York Short Film International Festival.
Well, short. It makes sense with you that it would be a short film festival.
Yeah, it's only it's about Danny DeVito's height.
Okay. Well, Jack, in the comments here in the chat room, put some links to what you're doing.
Yeah, I will.
And because I know people. Nate says, "Tell us about your video." So Nate's lonely. He needs to have some stimulation there. So you just put that right in there.
Well, he spends a lot of time at home with his cat.
Yeah, we know about that. Well, Jack, nice seeing you, Jack. Thank you for calling in, zooming in, whatever you did there to get to me. I appreciate that.
I don't know what we're doing with this technology. We're all just flying by the seat of our pants or by the fringes of our skirt.
That's it. We're just getting through. Thank you very much. Jack, take care of yourself, buddy. It's nice seeing you.
You too, Amber.
All right. So I see that Todd McCarthy is checking in. He's making some very obtuse comments. Is that the word I want to use? But Todd's at that age, and I'm sure he's had a few cocktails, so Todd, happy birthday. We've celebrated a lot together. I know that. So I've gone over by 4 minutes. So thank you very much for coming in, watching me tonight. I appreciate that. I hope you've appreciated something that you learned tonight or saw tonight. Write an email there if you have any suggestions of guests or topics that I could talk about. I'd like to hear that, or anything else. Give it to me. All right. So have a good week. We're in this together. All right. Good times are coming. All right. Thank you very much. And Amber, off. Off.